As earthbound creatures, we seldom focus our gaze upwards toward the treetops with intention. With little recent evolutionary history of threats from above, we, much like the deer who falls prey to the hunter in the tree stand a mere 10 feet up, do not suffer from a lack of the ability to perceive what is above our heads, but rather from the lack of the imagination to do so. We like wide open spaces, long views scanning out to the horizon. We're likely to see the trees as an obstacle in our sight or as merely part of the framing in the background. Largely over the course of human history, we have chosen to cut them down, perhaps because the trees are one of the major threats in the form of death from above, or perhaps because we dislike recreating little approximations of the African savanna for ourselves, that being the proving ground for our vision and our habits.
It's mushroom time, it's mushroom time, let's go outside, see what we find. It's mushroom time, it's mushroom time, it's time for mushroom journeys.
Not the most beautiful day here in southern Indiana. We had some severe storms last night, tornadoes spotted nearby, lots of property damage, lots of tree damage, lots of irrevocably mangled trampolines and basketball goals. While it's not fun to shelter in place and clean up after a severe storm, it is really fun to see all the fungi from the treetops. Being terrestrial land mammals, we're not privy to what's going on in the tree canopy very often, so this is a unique opportunity to sample some of the many fungi from above. Normally we find these mushrooms on sticks and logs on the ground and think they only exist there, but for many of them it's more likely that they actually exist decomposing sticks and branches up in the treetops, spreading their spores up into the sky after a rain, sometimes even into the stratosphere. So here's just a small sample. Let's see, where should we start? So these are some corticoid resupinate type fungi. Corticoid resupinate. That's two fun words. Corticoid refers to the shape of the fruiting body as it's just an amorphous kind of second skin growing on the branch, and resupinate, which basically just means upside down, refers to how the fruiting body is oriented as it grows on the underside of the branch, thus protecting itself from the harmful rays of the sun and also keeping its fertile surface moist so it can better produce spores. So yeah, these corticoid fungi can be smooth, like this parchment fungi, have no visible pore surface. They can also be toothed, like this one, and they can also be poroid or have little pores, like a polypore mushroom. Looks like E.T. when he was sick. Let's see what else we got. So quite similar, we have these crust fungi. These will also have a smooth, fertile surface, like the parchment fungus. So this is Stereum fasciatum. These will all have individual little fruiting bodies. This is also known as the false turkey tail. And then this is the crowded parchment, Stereum complicatum. So two Stereum genus fungi there. They're both extremely common in the woods here in southern Indiana. This is probably like the second most common, often found on larger down trees and logs. And this is maybe the third or fourth. It's usually on smaller, but it can be on pretty large logs. Let's see what else we got. Okay, next this is a little different. I believe this is a hypoxylon. You can often see these kind of pustules or cankers or just kind of flat scar type fungi. Some fungi live a double life. They have two kinds of fruiting bodies. One that produces asexual spores, which are often these little kind of smaller ones up in the treetops, and then they have a second fruiting body that produces the sexual spores, like the scarlet cup and the devil's urn. So that's really cool. Yeah, I did have placky one. So here, yeah, this would be more of the placky. These can be kind of silver or gray or black. What's next? So next is my favorites, the jelly fungi. There's lots of these. This is the American amber jelly roll. They swell up in the rain really fast, in less than an hour, in a heavy rain, and they can grow almost like 100 times their size. They start off as just a little kind of crusty, little crispy bit on the stick, and then they swell and spread their spores way up into the sky. Normally you would never want to eat a mushroom when it's raw. You want to cook it to get out any of the toxins that might be present. And also the feces of mammals can have the eggs of parasites like tapeworms on them. So that's another good reason to always cook your mushrooms. But it is said that you can eat jelly fungi raw. That's one of the mushrooms that it is safe to eat raw. Since these came from the treetops last night and were thoroughly washed by the heavy rains, I'm going to go ahead and eat one of these. They are flavorless. It's kind of refreshing. It's cold and watery. But yeah, if you don't want to get a tapeworm, maybe don't do that. You can cook these, make candy out of them, do other stuff. So yeah, let's go look around, try some different areas, see if we can find some other treetop fungi. Well, I'm glad you guys survived the storm. Looking good. There's a whole world of underappreciated ecology above our heads. Each tree is a community unto itself. All types of creatures represented. We've got reptiles, amphibians, mammals, birds, arthropods, insects. We have vascular plants like epiphytes, non-vascular plants like mosses. Got bacteria, archaebacteria, plenty of lichens, and of course a multitude of fungi. And I know what you're thinking, Michael, what about the protists? Nobody ever talks about the protists. Well, indeed, there are protozoans and parameciums up there swimming around in the water holding cavities, up there in the trees, which are whole worlds unto themselves. So next we have our polypore type mushrooms. These can often be found on bigger fallen trees and dead logs on the ground, but they also exist in the treetops. Here is the turkey tail. We'll have a poroid surface, and this is the violet tooth polypore. It will have kind of a toothed surface. And this one is Trametes pubescens, kind of cream color, and they do kind of grow in these fused masses. Next one. Here's another cool one. This is the sooty mold. You find these on beech sticks. This does not get its energy from decomposing wood, nor from a mutualistic relationship with the roots of trees. This fungus eats the honeydew of the woolly aphid. It gets its sugars out of the rear end of the woolly aphid and survives on that, and it creates this kind of big, crusty black mold. What else? Finally, we have our guild funguses. This is the Splitgill. You can see its little teeth there, and it's floral like twin gills. Fairly mesmerizing. So yeah, that's a really cool guild fungus, an example of guild fungus that comes from the treetops and can live up in the trees. Another example would be like the oyster mushrooms. I've seen those way up in the trees a lot of times, which is frustrating. But yeah, just a few examples of some different kinds of mushrooms from way up in the treetops. So next time you're strolling through the wilderness or picking up sticks, maintaining your own little grassland, maybe take a moment to contemplate and appreciate all the wonders that go unseen in plain sight in the treetops above our heads. I'm Michael File. I'll see you next time on Mushroom Journeys.